Hello, it's Mr. Ellis, your Algebra 1 teacher, just going over the equations for the week. I'm going to go over mostly just 2 and 3 here, guys, because for every problem number 1 from 512 assignment to 515, I have a video attached where they go over that problem for you, maybe better than I could, right? So I'm going over mostly 2 and 3 here, only 2 for Friday's assignment. So start off right here, number 2. We got 1.4x plus 0.6x equals 12. All right. So it's going to be kind of similar to the first problem, guys. You see we have 1.4x and 0.6x, right? So we call these like terms, right? Which means we can add 1.4 plus 0.6 and then just put the x together, right? So what's 1.4 plus 0.6? All right, that is going to be 2, guys. If you were doing that calculator work, you paused it. So it's going to change to 2x. Why? 1.4 plus 0.6 equals 2. Keep the x on, right? Equals 12. Okay, so where do I go from here, right? I want to get x by itself, right? So I'm going to divide 2 on both sides, right? What's 2 divided by 2? Just 1, right? We call that an invisible one because it's just going to leave x by itself, right? And what is 12 divided by 2? Right? X equals 12 over 2. That's our answer. Feel free to simplify. 12 divided by 2. Yeah, try and simplify for me, guys. What's 12 divided by 2? Got calculators. Go ahead. Okay. And let's move on to number 3. All right. Went one too many back. Let me get my big screen. All right. So let's go to 3. Got 9. 1 plus x equals 10x. Okay. So can't really add like terms yet, but maybe I can factor. Remember this? Whoop, whoop. All I'm doing, guys, is I'm multiplying 9, this guy, by 1 and by x here, and I'm adding them together, right? So what's 9 times 1? It's 9, right? What's 9 times x? Or should I say 1x? What's 9 times 1? Just 9, right? So I'm going to go plus 9, and then keep the x on, right? Because it was 9 times 1x, right? So 9 times 1 is 9, keep the x on, right? Equals 10x, all right? Okay, so where do I go from here? I want to get x by itself, right? So let's try and get rid of the 9x on this side because I want to get just the number by itself without x on the left side, right? So subtract 9x from both sides, right? So what's 9 minus 9, 9x minus 9x? That's going to be what? Nothing, right? It cancels. And what is 10 minus 9x going to be? Well, that's just going to be 1x, right? Or just regular x. So we go 9 equals 1x, take off the 1, 9 equals x, right? Because remember, that 1 is invisible, so I can just cross this guy out right here, right? Cross him out, I don't need him. Okay, so that's 512. So let's go to 513. And again, same principle. Number 1 is in the Khan Academy video attached, aka the video that's not mine. So, should we all get that? Okay, move on to the next problem. Yeah, it's taking forever to erase. I'll just move on. 2x minus x minus 2 equals 1. That's going to be our problem for number 2. Switch back to my pencil. Get it a little bigger. Two x, sorry. 2x minus x minus 2 equals 1, right? And so where do I go from here? Well, I want to get rid of the guy in parentheses, right? So think of this guy's a -1, right? And then I'm just going whoop, and then I'm going whoop. Multiplying -1 by x and -1 by -2, right? So 2x and -1 times x just going to be minus x, right? -1 times -2, remember, negative times negative is a positive, so plus 2 and then equals 1, right? So now we got to try and get like terms, right? 2x and minus 1x, remember that's an invisible 1. What's 2 minus 1? 1, right? So we just go back to x, right? Or, 1x, right? Plus 2 equals 1. And I want to get the whole numbers with each other. Subtract 2 by both sides. I cancel. What's 1 minus 2, guys? X equals 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2. Right? So simplify that for me. Get your answer. Okay. And let's go to 3 for 513. Right? So we go negative 6 plus 5x. Make sure we know that's a 6. Minus x equals 6. Right? So again, same thing, right? Treat this like there's a -1 right here, right? Treat this like a -1. I'll just write it again, and then go whoop, whoop to 6 and positive 5, right? What's -1 times 6? -6, right? What's -6 times 5x? Or sorry, -1 times 5x? Minus 5x, right? Minus x equals 6, right? And now we just got to go back to our like terms, right? -6, -5, and then remember this is our invisible 1, right? What's -5 minus 1? -6, right? 6 minus 6x equals 6. Whoa, too many numbers, right? So let's try and get this -6 right here and get him over here, right? So let's add +6 to both sides so he'll cancel out, right? -6 plus 6, that cancels, right? So -6x equals 6 plus 6, and 6 plus 6 is 12, right? So how do I get my final answer? I divide both sides by -6, right? 6 divided by -6, -6 divided by -6, sorry, that cancels. So we're left by itself. X equals 12 divided by -6. And make sure we do the math for that. Should be a negative number. I'm thinking, some kind of negative number. 12 divided by 6 is 2, right? So 12 divided by -6 would be what? Okay. Let's move on to 5